Welcome to Help for Homeschool. And everybody is now a homeschool parent, and all parents are homeschoolers. And so, anyway, it's definitely a different dynamic. And so, today we just wanted to give you just a little bit of help and maybe some ideas that you have not thought about, maybe some other ideas that you have had thought about and maybe hadn't just implemented yet. And so today, our whole goal today is to help homeschool be fun. And school can be fun. And so there are different things that I know teachers do to help homeschool be a fun place and to where it's not just this drudgery. And so we want to just sort of run through a few things that would be and help the students have a little bit more fun as they're going through their day. Some of the things that we were talking about is with school, without just doing outside playing and recesses and things like that, the actual school work that needs to get done, but making it fun. So we're studying and we've got a quiz coming up. What are some things that we can do to study and make that a fun event?
Well, obviously, the most common one is flashcards. A lot of parents even have simple math facts at home that they could do flashcards with. You can make your own flashcards. Our third graders, our school's curriculum often provides games, and they send it home, and you can cut it up to pieces, you can put it all together. So like our third graders in science class, during recess, were learning about ecosystems, and they were playing ecosystem tag, and they were going through and learning about what the predators were, and that was all something that they loved. They ended up playing it for 2 weeks. The test had come and gone, and they were still out there playing it. You can make it lots of fun. So you could do flashcards. Something else you could do if you have a lot of children in your home, you could play around the world. Just remind your older students that if this is for a younger child, that they need to pause before they answer so to not discourage the younger one. That's a pretty common game. And then
around the world. But what about like with spelling and things like that? What are some things? I know we would do spelling bees when we were in school. Maybe we could. How could you do that with just one or two children? Could you just go back and forth?
Well, you could, but they often will get a little bored with that pretty quickly. So sometimes even you could get a whiteboard out, and I know a lot of students have those little personal ones, and you could put the beginning and the end, and then often with the spelling list, there's a certain blend that that's something they're working on the whole time, whether it's CH or TH or SH, and that whole list, you've got to pick that blend. So I would spell the beginning and the end, and then let the kids input those, and maybe even do a race between the other kids. So that would be fun.
Okay, races, those are good. What about if you have one child, then it's a little bit harder to have that interaction, so maybe it's mom versus the child.
You could do that.
And, just playing back and forth with them, and just, and let the kids win sometimes, Mom.
Yes.
That definitely helps to where they're feeling like that they're succeeding there. So maybe some flashcards. What about doing school outside?
School outside is amazing. It's fun. You can't do it all the time because then suddenly they're chasing butterflies and not focusing. But having a time period every day. So I would suggest letting the kids do all of their streaming. And then at the end, when they just have that little bit of homework, then to sit outside, enjoy it. It's not as much stress. They don't necessarily as much focus because they've already worked so much in that subject. Okay. Then they would just have to finish it. And that would be a really nice time.
What about one subject where they just do that view outside? Maybe Bible class, they take the iPhone, the iPad, or however they're doing school, and take that and sit on the back patio and just to get outside. That might be something that just helps it not be quite so monotonous.
Yes.
Though we do think that having a spot, we talked about that last week, having a spot for school is very important. But breaking it up, because if it's all just this completely controlled environment, it just makes it a lot harder for the kids to stay focused. And so just giving them a little bit of downtime. And what about incentives?
So there are a lot of things that you can do, especially we're talking about education being fun. If you have one or two students, there's something that you could do is you could put questions or just even prizes on the front of these flashcards and put them up on a board, and then let the kids pick. So maybe that prize is eating ice cream while you're watching or while you're doing reading class or something fun like that.
Ice cream for breakfast.
There you go. Something fun.
Come on now.
Probably not for
That
breakfast.
That right there is an incentive.
Yes.
And
So, but they have to get the answer right.
Well, but that's incentive.
It is an incentive.
Okay.
So they'd have to pick that, say, I
It's
want
their
ice cream.
dairy.
Yeah, there you go.
They're getting their dairy for
Oh, my.
breakfast. And so I can see that being a good one.
So
All
say they decide they want that ice cream. So they pick that card, flip it over, and the question is, who was the first president of the United States? Now, if they give the wrong answer, no ice cream for breakfast. But then they can always try again for a different prize. Maybe it's an extra break that day,
Okay.
an extra 15, 10-minute break outside where they can just do free time, whatever they want to do. Then, again, pull that question off. They get the right answer. Then there you go. Stop what you're doing right away. Let them go play, and then come back. You can also do a popcorn game.
Popcorn. I like popcorn.
This is good with
Popcorn is
little
good.
kids.
All right. Popcorn is good. You know, we talk
So-
about Orville Redenbacher.
No,
or-
so the kids pop up to answer.
Ah, okay.
So ask a question and let, especially the little ones, they need to get their jitters out. Ask a question, and if they know the answer, they can jump up and shout out the right answer. That will let them not just have to sit quietly, but let them jump up, let them yell the answer.
Okay. All right. So here, just a couple ideas. Post some comments. Let us know what you're doing and maybe some things that you've thought about that's working for you. We've got many people that are homeschooling their children already, and they've already had to work through some of these dynamics. And I am not one that wants to rebuild the wheel, reinvent the wheel. There are things that people are doing that's working, and with that experience, let's learn from one another. So if you would, just send in some comments, some ideas that you have seen work in your own home and as you are schooling your children. But we do want to make sure that we help the children see that learning is fun. And we don't want it to be something that they despise. It needs to be something that we try to just continually stir that appetite and make them want to learn.
Right. And recognizing right now, especially with everything moving online, there are so many online games and platforms available that are free. Even those that you would normally have to pay subscriptions for, because of COVID-19, many education sites are offering everything for free right now, trying to help those homeschool parents.
Okay.
And also, I mean, you could always connect with your teacher as well before a test, maybe get all of the classmates on Zoom. That'd be something fun that they could do, and then they could review specifically for that test together. And that would be a good time to connect as well.
That would be great. Good ideas. And we are utilizing Zoom for the platforms, and I know there were some concerns that were coming out with Zoom, but Zoom has gone back through. They have changed some of their security settings, and so we haven't had any problems using Zoom. It's a great tool, and so it isn't something that I would be worried about. The teacher has the ability to monitor all that's going on, and so I don't think we'll have any problems there. But it's just a great opportunity for the kids to socialize a little bit one with the other, as well as connecting, at least the students that are in our school, connecting with their teacher, and that is a help. But all of us just need to be mindful that the kids still need to be learning, and whatever we can do to help facilitate that, that's what we want to do. And if we can keep them hungry and keep them wanting to learn and keep that excitement about education, then it will just make this whole journey a lot more enjoyable. All right. Well, God bless you. Thank you for tuning in today.
Have a great day.
All right, guys.